Hello, 大家好 and welcome to 双语成语 Bilingual Chinese Idiom. I'm 徐老师
And I'm Lucy. Okay, so 老师, what idiom are we going to learn today to kick off our new series?
It's our first episode, so today we are going to look at 一叶障目.
Oh, so one leaf blocks the eyes. Do you think you could tell us a bit more about the cultural meaning of one first?
Sure. 1. 一 can symbolize beginning, unity, and uniqueness, or something very tiny. So when we describe an action starting from the very beginning, we would say 一开始. And to be the only one would be...
Oh, I know that one. That's 唯一.
Spot on.
So that must mean that 一叶, or one leaf, is referring to something very tiny in this idiom, right?
That's right. Though it is tiny, it can have a decisive impact. When you place it in front of your eyes, you can't see anything.
Oh, I see. So what does 一叶障目 mean?
We know 一叶 is one leaf. In 障目, 障 means to block or obstruct. And 目 refers to the eyes. When you put them together, they mean one leaf blocks your eyes.
So what's the extended meaning?
It describes a situation where someone is too focused on the little details and misses the important ones or the overall picture, or they see or hear what they want to believe.
I see. Now that you've explained it, I can already see how this would fit into a lot of modern examples.
I would love to hear the examples from you. But should we jump into the story to understand the origin of the idioms first?
I think that's a great idea.
一叶障目.
Can't see the forest for the trees.
楚国有一个书生，家里穷。有一天，他读到一则有趣的记载。
There was a scholar who lived in the state of Chu, who was very poor. One day, while reading, he came across an interesting passage.
螳螂捕蝉时，会躲在叶子后面，因为这片叶子可以让它隐形。
When hunting cicadas, the mantis hides behind a leaf to make itself invisible.
他欢喜极了，想着，如果我可以得到这片叶子，我也可以隐形。
He was elated and thought that if only he could find the leaf, he could also make himself invisible.
他马上跑到树下，这时一只螳螂正躲在一片叶子后面要捕蝉。
He immediately ran into the trees, where he came across a mantis hiding behind a leaf to catch cicadas.
他立刻爬上树，摘下那片叶子，可是，一不小心，叶子掉在一堆落叶上。
He immediately climbed the tree to take the leaf. However, the leaf fell onto a pile of fallen leaves in a moment of carelessness.
不知道哪一片叶子是他的，他就把所有的叶子都扫回家。
He didn't know which of the leaves was his, so he swept up all of the leaves and took them back home.
回家后，他把叶子一片片拿出来，放在眼睛前面，问他妻子：“你看得到我吗？”
After returning home, one by one he placed the leaves in front of his eyes and asked his wife, "Can you see me?"
妻子回答：“看得到。”可是到了晚上，妻子已经累极了，就随口说：“看不到。”
His wife replied, "Yes." But by the evening, his wife was exhausted and without thinking said, "No."
他高兴极了，以为找到可以隐形的宝物。第二天，他拿着这片叶子去市场，当着小贩的面偷走东西。
The scholar was over the moon, thinking that he had found a valuable item that could make him invisible. The next day, he took the leaf to the market and stole something right in front of the vendor.
很快，他就被送进官府。县官问他：“你为什么偷东西？”他就把书上的故事告诉他。
He was quickly sent to the local authorities, where the county magistrate asked him, "Why did you steal it?" He told the magistrate the story from the book.
县官听了大笑，觉得这个人真是一个书呆子，居然会被一片叶子蒙蔽真相。
The county magistrate roared with laughter at the stupidity of this bookish fool. Who would have thought that a single leaf would make him so blind to the truth? Okay, guys, that's the end of the story for today.
So, Lucy, what do you think of the story?
Well, it's an interesting story, but the biggest thing that I got from it, I guess, is that you shouldn't always believe what you read.
That is a very good point. Being a critical reader is important.
So, 老师, can you give us some examples of how to use this idiom in context?
Imagine you wanted to rent a property, so you and your partner went to view it. Your partner was so obsessed with the interior design of the house that they did not think much about the condition of the house or reading the terms and conditions carefully. You could say to them, 你真是一叶障目. So, Lucy, do you have a similar example?
I know quite a few people who think looks are everything. So when looking for a partner, they prioritize with looks without considering whether the person is nice or not. Would you say this is like 一叶障目?
This is 一叶障目 as well. So, Lucy, is there a similar expressions in English for 一叶障目?
You know, funnily enough, there is actually a saying related to trees, but not a leaf.
What is it?
We can say that someone can't see the forest for the trees. If someone focuses too much on the tree itself, they can't see the forest. So in this case, the tree is like the little or very obvious thing right in front of someone's eyes that they can't see beyond.
So, how about the example about the house viewing? How could we translate that?
In that case, I would say to my partner, you're completely missing the point.
This is a very good translation for 一叶障目. Do you know these English expressions? Can't see the forest for the trees has been translated into Chinese, and it's a very popular Chinese expression now.
Really? How do we say it in Chinese?
见树不见林. It's a direct translation. A similar Chinese expression would be 一叶障目不见泰山.
So that's can't see Taishan. Taishan is one of the most famous mountains in China, right?
That's right. So when your eyes are obstructed by a tiny leaf, you can't even see the enormous mountain before you.
Oh, so it's just like can't see the forest for the trees. Perspective really is a wonderful thing. English has a lot more in common with Chinese than I actually thought.
So Lucy, should we recap the idiom we learned today before we conclude the episode?
I think that's a fabulous idea. Okay, so 老师, what does 一叶障目 mean?
一叶障目 refers to a situation when someone failed to see the overall picture or simply believe what they want to believe. You can say, 他真是一叶障目. So Lucy, how would you translate 一叶障目?
I would say can't see the forest for the trees is the most common, but like we've mentioned, we can also say that someone has missed the point or failed to see the bigger picture, or even that they are just believing what they want to believe. But before we finish, if anyone listening at home has a story to tell about 一叶障目, feel free to let us know in the comments below.
Okay, that is brilliant. 谢谢大家.
Thanks for listening, everyone.